Okay, ready? Here we go. Question 1. Michael works 27.5 hours and he makes 9.25 per hour. How much does Michael earn each week? So it's 925 plus another 925 plus another 925. You can do that 27 times. Or you can take the easy way out and just multiply. And then the 0.5, you take half and do that. But since if you recognize this is a multiplication problem, okay, that's half your battle. Now, 27.5, and I am going to estimate because I asked you to do that. Had this been a multiple choice question, estimating could have helped you select the right choice. Okay, so let's take this for the side. So my estimation, easy number here, I'm going to select 30. Friendly, very friendly number. And 925, I'm going to use 9. So if I multiply this, I get 270, and I expect my answer to be somewhere around there. So if I get an answer like 2,000, I'm definitely sure I'm not in the right place. Okay, so that's what I should expect, something around that ballpark figure, a little bit less maybe. Decimal places. This number has 1 decimal, and this one has 2 decimal places for a total of 3. So my answer initially will have 3 decimal places. So here we go. 25 goes 2, 35, 37 goes 3, 13. Add a 0. 2 and 5 is 10, goes 1, 14, 15, and 5. Add 2 zeros. 2 and 5 is 10. No, not 2. 9 and 5 is, I've got to erase this, sorry. So that's not eraser. This is an eraser right here. So 9 and 5 is 45. 45. Goes 4. 9 and 7 is 63. Plus 4 is 67. Goes 6. 9 and 2 is 18. Plus 6. 18 plus 6 is somewhere around 24. Something like that. Yeah. So 5, 7, 13. Goes 1, 7 again. 14. 5, 2. Now, our decimal here has to have 3, our number has to have 3 decimal places. So you end up being here. Now, 254.37, 3.375 is very close to 270. So our estimate's near, our answer is near our estimate, so I'll take that. But one thing you should know, hopefully by now, that money, as far as you and I use it on a daily basis, it does not go to 3 decimal places. So we got to take that 5 out. Before you take that 5 out, okay, draw a line there. Okay, so we're going to take 254 point and 2 decimal places. We're going to round, so that 5 is going to make that 7 go high by 1, higher by 1, I'm sorry. So you get 254.38. Remember, if this number is 4 less, the 7 would have stayed. 5 or more, it makes that 7 go up by 1. Final answer, 254.38. So he earns, how much does Michael earn each week? He would earn, and I want you to write that down. He earns $254.38 each week. Okay? This would have been a complete, what do you call it, work. Next one. Jen's leg 68.3 centimeters, sorry. Oops, not meters. That's the leg of Jen, and Madeline's is 61.26. Why are we measuring legs? I have no idea. So, simple subtraction problem. If you want to estimate, you can. 68, a friendly number would be 68. 61, a friendly number would be 61. And you're looking for something in the vicinity of 7. We need to add a 0 here, the placeholder, and because 6 can't be taken away from nothing, so a 0 has to be there. And now we can start subtracting. 3 becomes a 2, that becomes a 7, 6, 4, 2 and 2, 0. Look at my estimate, very, very close. Okay, so what is the difference? The difference is 7.04 centimeters. Okay, a little bit. 3. Alexandra drove 194.25 in 3.5 hours. How far did she drive in 1 hour? Okay, so it's definitely a division problem. Okay, so we're going to divide by 3.5. That moves 1 over. We want to make it a whole number, so that becomes 35. Okay, or you multiply it by 10. And this you multiply by 10. You move 1 over, or multiply by 10, move 1 over, sorry. And becomes 1942.5. Let's move that decimal up here so we don't forget it. And we can start dividing. 35 does not go into 1, does not go into 19, but it goes into 194 5 times. I remember this. That's going to be equal to 175. Let's do a little subtracting. 8, 14, 9, 1, 9, 2. It's going to be 5 again. Okay, because 6 would be too much. 175, that's a 7, that's 8, and, oops, sorry, I forgot that arrow. Let me bring the 5 down now. And 35, look at that. It goes into 175, nice and even, 5 times. So, the answer to this question, in 1 hour, okay, in 1 hour, Alex drove 55.5 miles. The reason you have to write, or you should be writing a sentence, is because sometimes by writing it and reading it out loud, the answer will either make sense to you or no sense to you. Sometimes you can pick up that something's wrong when you're writing the sentence. So it does come in handy. For Akina, I certainly didn't pick these names. Okay, 14. Let's see. During the past 7 years, the tree has grown 14.4 meters. So it's quite a big tree. Wow, really big. Very big. And we want to find out how much it has grown each year. So, grown a total of 14.14. We want to see how much it has grown each year. There's nothing to do here. This is a whole number. So we're happy with that. So let's move that decimal on top. 7 goes into 14 twice. 0. Bring the 1 down. 7 does not go into 1, so let's put a 0 on top of that 1. Bring the 4 down. 7 goes to 14 twice, yes. And 0. So the final answer is, each year, the tree grew 2.02 meters. And that makes sense because 7 times 2 is about 14. Okay. I'm sorry. Number 5 brought 7 1/8 pounds of grapes and divided that big bag into 5 smaller bags. So how much does each smaller bag weigh? So the big bag weighs 7 1/8, and we want to divide that into 5 portions. Okay, over 1. Sorry, the LCM is 8, so this should have been an 8. That's already at 8, so we have nothing to do. 1 times 8, 1 times 5 times 8, 40. Because the denominators are the same, we can actually ignore these two. Let's write this as a fraction. That becomes your numerator, 7. This guy becomes my denominator, 40. So each bag will weigh 7/40 of a pound. Okay, go back to your question, see what's asking, and answer it appropriately. 5 bucks in a box. Total amount, weight-wise, of the box is 8.5 pounds. So how much did each book weigh? A combined weight of 8.5. So let's divide it by 5 to see how much each book weighed. 17 over 2 as a mixed number. Let's put that 5 over 1. LCM is 2. 17 stays, and this one's times 2 times 2. Okay, so cross this out. 17 divided by 10. Let's write that as a fraction. 17 over 10. Remember, numerator goes in here. This one goes as a denominator. So 70 over 10 is better. Actually, it's better if you write it as a mixed number. 10 goes into 17 one time. 7 left over 10. So each book weighs, okay, sorry about the handwriting there, weighs 1 7/10 of a pound. Okay, period. Makeda works at a part-time pet store, makes 7.25. So again, that's the same question. She makes this much. She got a raise this time of 1.50. Let's find out how much she makes now. So 5, 7, 8. So old, raise, and her new. Excuse me. So her new per hour rate is 8.75. Okay, it's a little bit more. Better than nothing. So now let's say she worked 18.25 hours. How much would she get paid? Well, it would be 8.75 times 8 plus 8.75 plus 18 times, and then taking 0.25 of that, or you can just multiply. Okay, this has 2 decimal places. This has 2 as well, so my answer is going to have 4 decimal places. We'll talk about rounding later. I will do an estimate here. Give me an idea how much. Okay, one day in the future you'll do this. You'll try to figure out how much you will bring home that particular week. 18.25, I'm going to just round it to 20. Easier for me. 8.75, round it to 9. So I should be expecting 180 bucks, a little bit less, but around there. Right, maybe 170, 160, but nevertheless, good chunk. Let's multiply. 25 goes 2, 10, 12 goes 1, 40, 41 goes 4, and that's a 9. Add a 0. 7 times 5 is 35, goes 3, 14, 17, goes 1, 56, 57, goes 5 is 12. Add 2 zeros. 8 and 5 is 40, goes 4, 16, 20, goes 2, 64, 66, goes 6, 144. I think. I hope I'm right. 5, 7, 8, 6, 9, 5, and 1. My answer has the 4 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like, look, not that far off. Okay. So again, remember, money doesn't go 4 decimal places. So you have 159.6875. Your cutoff, okay, that's right here. So remember what I said before in the prior problem. If that number over here on the thousands place is 5 or more, it has the power to change that 8 to 1 higher. So it's going to be 159.6, and because that's a 7, that 8 becomes a 9. And there is my final answer. So Makeda will earn $159.69. Okay, you should write all this. Last problem. Oops. No. Here we go. Okay, this one. At one table, 3 people. Okay, so it should be 3 people. Even though the question says what portion of the pizza will each of the 4 people receive, please correct that. Make that 3. So you have 4/5 of a pizza, and you want to divide it among 3 friends. I don't know how to do fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. And this is how much you have. 4/5. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to share this among 3 people. Easiest way to do it, and I'll do it by drawing first, okay, is that you cut every slice in 3. So this particular slice right here, I'll cut into 3 pieces. 1, well, yeah. I'll just make it a little better. So okay. Cut that slice in 3. 3 people can share this. Then cut this one in 3 slices. 3 people can share that. Cut that one in 3 slices. 3 people can share that. And cut the last one in 3 slices. And 3 people can share that. And then I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12. So I created 12 new slices here. And 12 divided by 3 would be 4. So my answer is going to be 4 out of, and don't forget you have to count the last slice too. So 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 15. Let's see if I'm right. 4/5 divided by 3, put it over 1. LCM is 5. 4 over here, and this would be times 5. Times 5, you got 15. Let's cut this out, cut this out. So you end up writing this as a fraction. 4 goes on top, 15 goes at the bottom, and 4/15 of a slice. So out of the 15 slices that you now created, 4 will go to one friend, another 4 will go to another friend, and another 4 will go to the last friend. So 4/15 for each. So each friend gets 4/15 of a pizza pie. Not sure if you want me to do that last page, but I will do it anyway. So 3/8 divided by 4, and again, the last page is just basically, once you're comfortable with the steps, it should be really easy. 3/8, put the 4 over 1, 8 is your LCM. 3 over here, this would be times 8, and you get 32. Now it's just a matter of canceling the denominators, not just getting rid of them, because you're talking about same units. So, and then the 3 goes on top, 32 quad. Notice I'm just rewriting this as a fraction. Okay, so I'm taking 3 divided by 32 and rewriting it 3 over 32, which is exactly the same thing. Can't simplify? That's the final answer. On the side, 5/6 divided by 3/4. That's a 5, by the way. So LCM is 12. Times 2 times 2, this should be a 10. Times 3, this should be a 9. And cross the bottoms, and you get 10 divided by 9, or 10 over 9, written as a fraction. Or better yet, as a mixed number, 9 goes into 10 one time, 1 left over 9. 5 divided by a third, now it's a whole number divided by a fraction. Put that over 1. Okay, your procedure doesn't change. Times 3, that's 15. And okay, you can cross that out, and it becomes 15 divided by 1, which is simply just 15. 1 1/4 divided by 1 1/3 and 1 3/5. Those are both mixed numbers, change between proper. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5, 5/4. Divided by 5 1, 5 8, 8/5. LCM between 4 and 5 is 20. Times 5, this is 25. Times 4 is 32. Across the bottoms, let's rewrite that as a fraction, so you get 25 as your numerator over 32. Okay. Next one, addition, 9.24. We care about the decimal in this case. Decimal under decimal. The other one's going to be 3, 8, 8, 7, 6. Let's add a placeholder here. Placeholder, 6, 11, 11. Goes 1, 10, 18, goes 1, 48.116. 29 has no decimal, so add one. If you're going to add a decimal, might as well add a 0 here. You're going to need it. The other number is decimal, 5.765. So I'm actually going to do 2 extra zeros. A lot of borrowing here. Let's borrow from the 9, that becomes an 8, this becomes a 10, which becomes an 8, this becomes a 10, which becomes an 8, and this becomes a 10. Ready? 10 minus 5 is 5, 9 minus 6 is 3, 9 minus 7 is 2, decimal comes down, 8 minus 5 is 3. Final answer, 23.235. Need some room here. We're going to do 19.4 times 9.93. 1 decimal place, 2 decimal places for a combined 3 total. My answer is going to have 3 decimal places. Let's multiply this. 3 and 4 is 12, goes 1 is 27, 28, goes 2. 3 and 1 is 5, plus 2. Add a 0, 9 times 4 is 36. Goes 3 is goes 3. 9 times 9, 81. 84. Goes 8. 9 and 17, I think. And 2 zeros. 9 and 4 again is 36. I'm going to repeat that same thing. You don't even have to multiply. 2, 14, 16, 12, 9, 1. 3 decimal places. 1, 2, 3. That's where my answer goes. 192.642. We're not rounding or anything because it's just a problem. It's not a word problem. No money or anything. Okay. And then one more problem. 12.35 divided by 0.005. So we want to make this guy a whole number. So to make it a whole number, this decimal has to be on this side. We're going to move it once, twice, thrice, 3 times. So the decimal is here. Okay. And inside we're going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. Empty space, add a 0. So your decimal is at this corner, right? So let's copy that. 1, 2, 3, 5, 0 with a decimal at the end. Do we need that decimal at the end or this decimal at the end? No, we don't, but just for show and tell. So let's start dividing. 5 does not go into 1. 5 goes into 12 2 times. Rest, bring the 3 down. 5 goes into 23, I don't know, 4 times, which is 20. Subtract 3. Bring the 5 down. 5 goes 35 7 times, which is 35. 0. And you got to bring that 0 down. And you can't leave this empty here. Okay. 5 goes into 0 0 times. Okay. And final answer is 2,470. If you want to check and you had time, let's multiply that. 2,470 times 5 should give you this. 5 times 0 0. 5 times 7 35. Carry the 3. 5 times 4 is, I don't know, 20 plus 3, 23. Carry 2. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. 1, 2, 3, 5, 0, which is exactly what you have here. Yay. Okay, so review. Okay, especially the division, review steps, review the process. Okay, once you know, once you recognize what the operation is, I think you'll be good. Okay, and then it's just a matter of being careful. That's it. If you have any questions, email. Okay, that's it. Bye.